Hi, I'm Ricky Smith. I want to talk to you today about how to study for the CMRP exam, the Certified Maintenance and Reliability Professional. I am a CMRP, and I've been a CMRP since 2004. So I want to give you what I know that should help you pass the exam. There's no guarantees, but I'm going to give you the best knowledge I can possibly provide to you today. So some facts about the exams. Everybody wonders how long does it take, how many questions, and so on. I'm going to give you the facts. The MRP exam is 2.5 hours. There are 110 multiple choice questions. So that averages to about 1.7 minutes per question. Don't let it stress you. Okay, it's not a big deal. These are some of the CMRP recommended study materials, the SMRP. So I recommend you go ahead and join SMRP. It's $170. Okay. Then download the body of knowledge, the SMRP best practice, this the global maintenance and reliability metrics, and the best practice metrics. Now the yellow ones, the IAM, is free on the internet. The GFMAM, the competency specification of ISO 5001, is on the internet. And then the engineering reliability fault trees and reliability block diagrams, just free on the internet. You can just download them, Google them, you can find them. They're very easy to download. The CMRP validation or certification is a validation for real-world knowledge and skills of practitioners and professionals. According to CERPCO certification survey, 4 out of 5 CMRP individuals would recommend CMRP as a means to advance their careers. Earning your certification shows employers, colleagues, and peers your commitment to continuing education and training. Many employers use the CMRP certification as a prerequisite for hiring to ensure they bring the most talented employees onto their team. And SMRP offers continuing education opportunities such as webinars, workshops, and other educational sessions that count towards recertification hours. I tell you, these are great because if you're a member, you can sit down and watch these. And what's good about them is when they have these sessions, promoted, when you see them out there, the thing is to do is get your maintenance people together or others, maybe leadership, and sit down and watch it with you. So many people ask me, what does the CMRP encompass? Well, the exam assesses an individual's aptitude of 5 pillars of the SMRP body of knowledge. First is business and management. Translates business goals into maintenance and reliability goals that support an organization's business results. Now, all of these, you have to think about could you apply this in your organization to take that next step. Manufacturing process for reliability. Apply proven, current, and new data-driven analytical technologies to support optimal manufacturing process. Equipment reliability. Assess capabilities of equipment and processes used to select and apply the most appropriate maintenance practices to ensure a safe and cost-effective delivery. Then we have organization and leadership. Assure maintenance and reliability staff is qualified and is in the best positions possible to achieve their maintenance goals as an organization. And Pillar 5, work management. Focus on skills used to get maintenance and reliability work done, including planning and scheduling, quality assurance, and storage inventory management. Each pillar details an area of maintenance, reliability, and physical asset management that individuals should be proficient in to improve their careers. Several of these pillars also address technical and people skills that help individuals better manage relationships with colleagues. And a lot of companies need this because they don't have very good relationships. We need to work on it. So my recommendations again, one must have knowledge concerning. Okay, so it also, my recommendation of CMRP, learn and have knowledge of SMRP body of knowledge. I mentioned before. Think about how you could use these pillars in your organization to optimize asset reliability and maintainability. Pillar 1, business management. The subject describes the skills used to translate organization business goals into appropriate maintenance and reliability goals that support and contribute to the organization business results. Manufacturing process reliability. I know you've heard these before. I'm trying to get it up to you that this is important information. This subject area relates to maintenance and reliability activities to manufacturing processes of the organization to ensure the maintenance and reliability activities improve the manufacturing process. Pillar 3, equipment reliability. The subject describes two kinds of activities that apply to equipment and process for which maintenance and reliability is accountable. First are those activities used to assess the current capability of the equipment and process in terms of reliability, availability, maintainability, and criticality. You're probably going to want to know the definitions of those terms too. Second are the activities used to select and apply the most appropriate maintenance practices so that the equipment and processes continue to deliver their intended capabilities in the safest and most cost-effective manner. We continue on. Learn and have knowledge of SMRP body of knowledge. So my recommendation for the CMRP Part 3, remember this, leading metrics lead to results, lagging metrics are the result. Peter Drucker said you can't manage what you don't measure, and how true that is. Learn to be able to answer questions regarding the SMRP metrics. The SMRP metrics review the definition found in each metric along with how they are measured, and think about how one would use these measures to optimize your current maintenance and reliability program. Because think about it, if you can think about how you could apply it, then it sticks in your memory. So you have it when you go take the test, okay? SMRP metrics provides the maintenance and reliability professional the ability to do the following. Identify the standardization of how our maintenance and reliability practices are measured and forms the foundation of these goals through measure performance consistently, make valid comparisons, realistic expectations, and establish achievable goals and objectives. Study SMRP best practices. So, and you think about all these documents you need. It's not a lot of information, but it's a lot to study. Okay, so to study SMRP best practices. Best practices is a comprehensive publication of world-class metrics, guidelines, and a glossary of terms for the maintenance, reliability, and physical asset management profession. The publication is designed to help practitioners run safe, cost-efficient, and effective maintenance and reliability programs that align with strategic, operational, and tactical best practices of an organization. The 70-plus metrics and guidelines in this new edition provide standardization and benchmarks to measure the success of maintenance and reliability program. Each metric, this is important, all right, pay attention. Each metric is broken down by definition and objectives. The formula, component definitions, and qualification include a sample calculation, best-in-class target values, cautions and notes for harmonization. This last bullet is huge. All of them are important, but this last one is huge. The guidelines provide additional information and further clarification of component terms used. All right, so Part 5, my recommendation on CMRP, study these additional documents. The Global Forum on Maintenance and Asset Management, GFMAM. I mentioned this earlier. Now, these were mentioned earlier that you're going to have to, you need to, some of these you may need to purchase, some you'll download on the internet. Institute of Asset Management Competency Framework, IAM. CMRP Candidate Guide for Certification and Recertification. Now, this is free on the SMRP website. You don't have to be a member to download. And there are sample questions in the document. If you pass all of these questions 100%, you're probably doing pretty good, but I don't think you will. Reliability Block Diagrams by Harry Watney. Search on the internet. It's free. Okay. So again, on Part 5, start the week prior to the CMRP exam. Study 2 to 4 hours every other day using the material recommended previously. Take a 15-minute break every hour. Walk around outside, clear your head. No TV while studying. Study with someone else. If you study with someone else, it's good because you'll need time alone studying as well. So working with someone helps you, but studying alone is important. Get plenty of uninterrupted sleep the night prior, and minimize alcohol content. Minimum 6 hours sleep. I recommend, unless you drink alcohol every night, don't drink any before you take the exam. The morning of the exam, eat breakfast. If you don't eat breakfast, you still need to have some kind of carbohydrates in your body to keep you going, keep your brain functioning right. Minimize sugar intake. Take a short walk to clear your head before the exam. I call it walk the plant. Walk around outside, clear your head, come back in and take the exam. Wishing you the best. If you have questions, email me at rsmith@worldclassmaintenance.org. And remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Thank you very much, and hope you have a great day. Goodbye.